We Can Do It! Programang hatid ay kwentong buhay na puno ng inspirasyon at aral mula sa ating mga kababayan worldwide. We Can Do It! Dito lang sa inyong 702 DZAS, FEBC Radio TV.
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat mga kaibigan. Ito na naman po ang ating huling linggo. Kaya special ito Ate Maru. Kami nga po inyong mga kasama, Jonathan Mortiz.
At Ate Maru Cepeda Javier. So every time yung huling linggo po ng ating programa We Can Do It ay ating special guest. Ang portion natin is I'm Possible. At yun po ay si Dr. Brenda Valenzuela Fortune. Isang counselor ito po na nag-aral talaga. And ang ganda kasi ng outlook niya when it comes to the problems.
Ate Maru, it's a kind of exemplify ng a firm believer of the Lord Jesus Christ. Right. In psychology or therapy. I could honestly say it's really good.
Oo.
Kaya hahamunin po namin kayo. Pero mamaya, bago namin kami hamunin pa na magpadala ho kayo ng mga questions. Ito po ang programang We Can Do It. Napapakinggan sa FEBC Radio TV, sa Facebook, at YouTube channel ng 702 DZAS FEBC Radio. Radio TV, gayon din po sa Channel 185 sa GCTV tuwing Sabado alas 6:30 ng umaga.
Alam mo, napakaganda ng topic ngayon ni Dr. Brenda. Communication. So, sa akala natin, master na natin ang communication. Pag nagsalita ka, nag-communicate ka. Pero hindi. Ang communication is two-way. Pag nagsalita ako, dapat maintindihan ng kung sino yung sinabihan ko. That's communication. Hindi pwede naman ikaw na mag-isa tapos communicate ka na. No? There's gonna be a two-way street dyan. You communicate, he communicates, you join together and understand each other. And napakaganda ngayon ng ating topic because there are so many misunderstanding words that have been used.
There's lots of miscommunication.
Yes. I don't like to be called miscommunication. Diba?
Ang galing. Mga kaibigan, ito nga po, kaya lagi kaming gihikayat sa inyo na call us or message us or send us notes. Especially dito sa mga topics na ganito kasi alam ho namin na we know it's hitting the nerves ng mga needs natin. Tama. Inner healing natin, physical needs, emotional needs. Magkakasama kasi yan yung spiritual, emotional, psychological, physical.
Yeah, that's true.
Isa lang po yun no? Pagka naghina ang isang angulo, lahat affected yung buong katawan. Kaya
and words that the way you would say it, words come out from your mouth. Alam mo, may effect na mayroong positive, mayroong negative, mayroong oh boy. So akala mo, hindi, nagsabi lang naman ako Pero how did you say it?
Right. Well, Ate Maru, isang nakikita ko yung analogy, metaphor natin is yung prayer, panalangin. Kasi usually, pagka nananalangin tayo, salita lang tayo ng salita sa Diyos
Tama,
Panginoon, tumingin mo, bigyan niyo ako nito, bigyan niyo ako nito. Tulungan niyo ako ng ganito. I mean, it's not bad. It's not, pero again, ang communication po is we're also wanting God to speak to us. Yeah. So it's a communication.
Kaya sabi, prayer is a communication to God. But wait, because God is going to communicate to you. So it's a two-way communication. Kaya kung mayroon po kayong mga questions on this matter, personal niyo, ipadala niyo lang po sa and then you don't really have to put your name in there, or maybe we can just hide your name and just throw the question to Dr. Brenda. And today we will be learning a lot from her.
Yeah, we are learning a lot. I am learning a lot.
Yes, so stay put na kayo mga kaibigan, and you're going to enjoy this portion of our program dito po sa ating programang
We Can Do It.
Well, this is the time sa ating program. We are so excited because a lot of people, maganda yung feedback when it comes to this ating I'm possible portion. No?
Right.
Talagang posible talaga sa Panginoon lahat anuman bagay sa ating buhay sa mundong ito. Everything is possible with God. And of course, our special guest, I'm so proud, kinakapatid ko to. The licensed mental health counselor, Dr. Brenda Valenzuela Fortune. Let's welcome her again to the program. Mr. Bren, I know you're in the...
Yeah, alam natin si Doktora ay nasa Pilipinas ngayon, but thank you for your time squeezing your hectic schedule with us. Kaya Doc, ano ba ang topic natin ngayon?
Ang topic natin ngayon, so we are on the third installment of the A to Z of mental health. So this is parang Amazon, di ba? A to Z. So we are now on letter C. Okay, we talked about anxiety na, di ba? And then we talked about boundaries last time, and now this time we'll talk about communication naman.
Yeah, so, tama ako. Alam ko communication.
You guess it right.
Exactly. So merong kasing connection between mental health and communication. Kasi one of the contributing factors in anxiety and depression is the inability to talk about how we really feel, di ba? How we really feel. So yun, nagko-contribute yun sa ating mental health issues. So bakit kaya mahirap why is it hard to communicate or to talk about how we feel? You know? So why is it very difficult for us to be vulnerable? Ano sa tingin ninyo? You know, like why is that? Kasi there's the fear of saying the wrong thing. We might say the wrong thing, and then because of that we might be rejected, especially sa relationship, ano? And then of course the feeling of the fear of being judged by people also. Ay, may ganyan ka palang problema. You know, ay, Kristiyano ka pa naman. Naririnig ko to kung minsan para kang hindi Kristiyano. You're feeling that way. Right? Para kang kulang
the
sa
fact na, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
The fact na pag-uusapan mo ang sarili mo, which is not, it's a problem So sometimes, nakakahiya sasabihin, paano ko sasabihin na hindi naman ako mapapahiya ng gusto sa kausap ko. So, the fear of being misunderstood one way or the other, and then, syempre, gusto pa rin natin maganda ang sasabihin ng tao sa atin.
Right. Well, sa akin naman, Doc, I think siguro yung may time ka na betray ka before. Kasi nag-open ka, ngayon ayoko na muna magsalita. You know?
Yeah, because the fear of being hurt again, no? That's the reason why we don't want to be, or it's hard for us to be vulnerable kasi nga it's risky to talk about how we feel. Pero but the thing is, when you are unable to talk about how you really feel, nakakadagdag yun sa ating burden. The burden of not being able to speak the truth about how we really are or how we really feel. Pero let's talk about, ano muna natin, let's define what communication is. No? What is communication? Diba? Communication is very simply the receiving and sending information between two people through the common system of, symbols, signs, at saka behavior. Most people think that communication is mostly about words, pero they are finding out that words are actually the very smallest part of communication. Maybe sabi ng professor ko sabi niya mga 7% lang daw is words eh. The rest is tone of voice. Tone of voice, body language, di ba? Tapos yung mga non-verbals natin, yung pagkibit ng balikat, yung ganun ba, yung for example, there's so many ways to say okay. Okay. O kaya, okay. May mga bata ngayon, whatever. Ibang pa din, whatever. So kung minsan ang naririnig natin yung meta message. And I would like to focus a little bit on it. The meta message, which is we read between the lines ba? When we communicate. So kahit na walang intensyon yung tao na makasakit sa'yo or something like that, naririnig natin yung the intention behind the words, not necessarily naririnig natin yung impact of the words, not necessarily the content. Kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng problema. So I would like to connect this with our mental health then. Because people who are for example, people who don't know how to communicate their feelings, okay, people who have low self-esteem, for example, or low regard for themselves, yung kuminsan, ang naririnig nilang communication from people is negative ba? That people are, that people intend to hurt them with the words when in fact they're not. They read between the lines, which is a problem sometimes. Does that make sense? Like, like for example, so for example, when your husband when my husband says, we need to create a budget, right? Kung meron akong, sabi ko, what are you trying to say? Na masyado akong magastos.
Right.
Then my husband said, I'm not saying anything like that. You're hearing the meaning behind the words. You're hearing the impact, but you're not hearing the content of the words. So, yun ang nagkakaroon ng problema when people communicate with one another, di ba? That's what my point is. That you have to, be careful about assigning meaning to the words, more than the words themselves. So, for example, the wife comes home, tapos madumi yung bahay. Ay, ang dumi naman dito. Ganun. Tapos, magre-react ka agad yung asawang lalaki, for example, like, maghapon akong nag-alaga ng bata, ganito, ganyan, habang namamasyal ka siya, mamula din, nagkakaroon ng away, di ba? Mag-aaway na sila. When in fact, the wife is probably just stating an observation. Right?
Yeah,
So,
right.
yes. So let's focus a little bit on the communication between the husband and wife, and then the romantic partners. Yeah, husband and romantic partners. Based on my experience, majority of my clients, yung number one complaint nila when they come for couples therapy or marriage therapy is their communication issues. We have communication issues, lack of communication or miscommunication. We don't see eye to eye. And they're always fighting. Para bang aso't pusa na nag-aaway na, hindi naman yung ibig kong sabihin. Bakit yun ang narinig mo? Yun ang sinabi mo eh. Di ba yun ang ibig sabihin? Ganyan. So when they come to me, they ask for tools. They ask for tools ba? And then so the number one thing na sabi ko sa kanila, the complementarity of males and females ba? That we are created so special. That even the way that we approach communication is different from one another. I tell them, you have to realize this fact, sabi ko, that men and women use language differently. Okay? For example, men are more logical thinkers. Okay? So they use communication, or they use language to receive and give information. just the facts, ma'am, right? Give me the facts, and then we can move on. Pero women naman, we use language to connect. That's why if you observe women talking to each other, they look at each other, they face one another. Tapos parang attentive silang ganyan because they're trying to connect. For men, that doesn't really happen very much. They don't actually avoid looking at each other in the eye. Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
Kaya nga sabi nila, maganda daw yung sa Amerika, maganda daw yung hobby na fishing for guys because they can go fishing. They can look outward in the same direction and they don't have to talk to each other. And they don't really have to talk. And then after the fishing expedition, they can say, that was the best day ever.
Very true.
Right? But women are we're emotional thinkers. Sa atin, if the guys want to know the fact, just give me the facts. Women want to know how you feel about the facts. Correct? They want to know. Ano bang, sige na, ano bang, this is the fact. Sabi ng lalaki, sabi ng babae naman, but tell me how you feel about those facts though. Kaya nagkakaroon ng conflict ngayon because the husband is talking about the facts and she's talking about how he or she feels about the facts. Yeah.
Doc, meron akong question. Pwede ba akong mag-ano ng question?
Yes.
Yeah, kasi again, I could hear you. You're resonating sa mga sinasabi mo. Yung differences namin ng misis ko. Yeah. Because sometimes I could say, which I think I tend to be negative on it, na sasabihin ko, bakit mo masyadong pinipersonal lahat? Right?
Yeah.
So, is it because ang mga babae ay more on the emotion side of it, or kasi when I say pinipersonal, negative note sa akin yun which am I hurting her, those kinds of things. Just give me a perspective here.
Yes, you are right about that because pinipersonal niya because nga women, like I said, women use language in a different way. Pero I think when you say, bakit mo ba pinipersonal yung sinasabi ko? I call that a pseudo question. It looks like a question and it sounds like a question, but in reality, it is like veiled criticism.
Right.
Makes sense. That's why she is reacting to it na naman. Kasi parang may judgment doon di ba? Ba't ba pinipersonal? Are you really expecting an answer from her, or it's just a veiled, criticism again or judgment on her? So meron akong strategy which I call that pseudo questioning. So to avoid asking a pseudo question, So ang advice ko sa mga clients ko when they come, then you try to start with an observation. Narinig niyo na ba yung nonviolent communication approach? And this is very, very useful for our couples by Dr. Marshall Rosenberg ito. And he came up with a process para to open up the lines of communication with another person para hindi sila maging defensive. Kasi that's one of the barriers of effective communication is defensiveness. Pag defensive na yung tao, the flow is not gonna happen. So the first step in his process is you state an observation about the situation that both of you can agree on. Okay? So you can say something like in that situation, napansin ko na kung nagsasabi ako ng something sa'yo, bigla yung parang tumatahimik ka. Okay, so that is a fact, right? Hindi mo sinasabing ini-snub mo ako o kaya ini-ignore mo ako. Hindi mo sinasabi, you're saying, tumatahimik ka lang. Sabi niya, ano bang ibig sabihin nun para sa'yo? And is there anything I can do to help you in that situation? Is there something that I am doing? So you parang i-focus mo yung sitwasyon sa sarili mo. What am I doing that might be
Right.
causing to feel that way or to respond that way? Para kasi yung nonviolent communication, you learn to express your needs, and you also learn to help others clarify their needs from you as well. So you're giving them like an opportunity to clarify their needs for you. Kasi nga, like I was saying, mahirap para sa atin na magsabi kung anong kailangan natin eh. Kasi nakakahiya, we don't wanna burden people or inconvenience people. So as if you want the flow communication to happen, then you can help another person clarify what they need from you. Is there anything you need from me? How can I help you in that situation? Parang ganun ba? Is that
Wow.
So you state an observation, right? And then you state your feeling about that. Kasi pag tumatahimik ka, sabi mo sa miss, kasi sweetheart, pag tumatahimik ka, parang ang feeling ko, then you talk about your feeling. Parang ang feeling ko, parang meron akong nasabi na maybe nasaktan ka. Hindi ko alam yun. And then the next step to that is you state your need. Kasi para sa akin, kailangan ko ang ang open communication sa ating dalawa eh. Ayoko na nasasaktan ka. Gusto ko komportable ka rin. For me, your comfort is important to me. And then the last part of the nonviolent approach communication is you state your request. Would you be willing in that regard? Para hindi parang demanding ang dating niya. Would you be willing to tell me kapag nasasaktan kita? Does that make sense? Like, would you be willing to tell me in that situation pag nasasaktan ka? It's a very compassionate way. It's a very compassionate way of communicating with another person. So you get to meet your need and you get to meet her need as well in that regard.
Interesting.
In Doc, ang sabi mo nga, yung communication or how it affects mental health, right?
Yes.
And it's now we're seeing more and more mental health sa 21st century, lockdown issue, text issue, tapos even Zoom. Ako pagkatapos ko ng Zoom, pagod na pagod ako eh. I'm really tired. I mean, I'm not saying about our program right now, enjoying every part of it. Yung mga meetings ko sa gabi. Yung mga meetings sa Asia, those kinds of things. But anyway, I just mentioned that and how it affects the mental health.
Yeah.
It's one of the main problems of people really. Ako din ko minsan, parang magkukwento ako kay Kuya Art mo, tapos ang dating sa akin parang negative. Bakit ba negative palagi ang iniisip mo? Ba't hindi yung ganito? I was thinking, I was hoping na ito yung isasagot niya. Yung gano'n, tapos nadinig ko pala, iba pala, parang, ayoko na. Ayoko na magkwento. Something like that. So.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So, in that situation, it's good to clarify. Yung parang interesting. Ang tinasabi ko sa mga clients ko, curiosity, not hostility. Be curious, not furious first. Kasi be curious, not curious. Kasi ang una dating sa atin, pag gagalit ka kaagad, di ba? Maasar ka na.
Ganun.
But then if you approach it from the curiosity point of view, said, parang interesting yung reaction mo na yun. Kasi ang intention ko ganito. Pero yun ang naging, anong iniisip mo? Anong dumating sa'yo? What is the impact on you that I was not intending? So, curiosity, not hostility. Be curious. Don't jump. Sabi ko don't jump into conclusion before you have all of the information in. Kasi ang tendency natin, kulang-kulang yung information natin and then we jump to conclusion about the other person's information, di ba? But another thing that I teach my clients is that gather all of the information first bago kayo form a conclusion. Yeah. I have an example about that. Like for example, meron akong kliyente na sinabihan niya yung asawa niyang lalaki to make dinner, to start dinner right away. Tapos sabi ng lalaki, I will do that. Pagdating ng kanyang misis sa bahay, wala. Madilim yung kusina. Walang amoy ng pagkain na natin. Ano bang nangyari? No, the first time, nag-conclude na siya kagad. Wala namang ginawa nito. Naglaro naman ng computer game na naman. Ginawa. Natulog na naman. Ganon. But she decided to be curious first, not furious. So, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath muna. Tapos, she went looking for her husband na nakahiga doon sa kama. Madilim yung kwarto. Sabi niya gano'n, honey, anong nangyari? Sabi ko, di ba? Sabi ko sa'yo, mag-prepare ng dinner for tonight. Yung parang nalaman niya na he had a migraine the whole day. Kaya hindi niya nagawa. So, nag-sorry yung husband and said, I'm so sorry. I just have a really bad headache right now. Yung talagang masakit yung ulo, kaya hindi ko nagawa. Pwede bang mag-take out na lang tayo? And the wife said, yeah, sure. Pero they were able to avoid a potential big fight. Kasi yung asawang babae decided to be curious first instead of furious. And say, I don't know what's going on right now. Hindi ako magre-react. I'm just going to respond to the situation because there's a big difference, right? React and respond.
Right.
Mag-knee-jerk ka agad. Make a conclusion ka agad. Find out all of the facts first and then make a conclusion. So if we are able to apply some of these, kahit na itong dalawa lang na ito, be curious and furious. You focus on the intent, instead of the process. Sabi nga nila, don't focus too much on the meta message. Don't ask pseudo questions because that will only exacerbate yung like that. And then understanding that men and women are different. We are created that way because I need my husband's logical mind for some situations, but he also needs my emotional mind in other situations. That's why we work together that way. That's how God designed it. In His wisdom, that's how He designed it. So, yep.
Wow. Thank you, Doc. Salamat. Isang comment ko, kahit din sa even writing. Ang writing, pagka hindi mo masyadong inisip yung how the person will feel, yung receiving end, mababaluktot yung message.
Yeah.
Kasi dapat talaga you're thinking of how you're gonna write it correctly. Yeah.
You have to think about the impact of your words too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow. It's very, very important. We have learned.
Yeah.
We have learned.
So, Doc, magpapa-session na kami ng misis ko.
Just curious.
Just
Not furious,
Yeah,
okay?
there you go.
Just
curious.
I'll put it in my head.
No pseudo questions.
No single questions.
No,
we do that too, right? Like, so sabihin na, are you stupid? Yeah, what do you expect the kids to say? Yes.
That's
Well, thank you,
thank you
Doc.
so much.
So next month we will be waiting for additional teachings to us. Kasi very therapeutic to sa akin.
Yeah, we are learning a lot, and maybe we can hear from our listeners or viewers
True.
your reactions on this, and then we'll try to discuss if there are some questions
And
that the doctor can can help.
Hindi, Ate Maru, no, I'm just excited about this kasi, nag-evolve din tong ganitong topic natin and also this day when we interviewed si Volet.
Yeah.
How it came out kasi suicidal siya. Instead, we need the professional help.
Correct. Yeah,
professional help and that could teach all of us, lahat ng mga nakikinig sa atin in taking care. And now, this is the result of our program.
And that's true. Oh, thank you, God. Okay, ito pang ating programang Weekend Duet, napapakinggan sa FEBC Radio TV at napapanood sa Facebook Live at YouTube channel ng 702 DZAS FEBC Radio TV. Ganon din sa channel 185 sa GCTV.
Well, sa pangalan po ng ating Doktora Brenda Valenzuela Fortune, ito po ang inyong mga lingkod, Jonathan Mortiz.
At Ate Maru Cepeda Javier. Nagpapasalamat po sa pagsama sa amin sa 30 minutes na nakaraan. We hope you have a good night and enjoy the rest of the night. So thank you and God bless us all.
Inyong narinig ang Weekend Duet dito lamang sa inyong 702 DZAS FEBC Radio TV, Agapay ng Sambayanan.